What is up, guys? Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas to each and every one of you guys. Much love. I love you guys. Hope everybody has a blessed, and merry new Christmas. A new Christmas. A New Year's and a merry Christmas. Anyway, me and the wife always make a rum cake during Christmas. Well, I make it. And this year, we're going to actually do something a little different. We're going to actually try to make a rum and double cherry Coke. The reason it's a double cherry Coke is we put a cherry Coke actually in the cake itself, and when I make the glaze for the top of it, it'll actually have maraschino cherry juice mixed with Captain Morgan coconut rum. So let's just do it step by step. First, you just get any kind of cake mix that you want. You can get a yellow cake, a white cake, a chocolate cake, a Malaysian cake. I mean, any kind of cake you want. This is actually a spice cake by Duncan Hines. It's like $1.49. You guys know how to follow directions on the back of a box to make a cake, but unfortunately, we're going to have to show you how to do it because I don't have no video editing skills. So anyway, you take 3 large eggs, a 1/3 cup of oil, and 1 cup of water. But we're going to substitute the water and actually use 1 cup of cherry canned Coke. So you just open the cake mix up and put it in your mixing bowl. But there's a step before you get to mixing this up. Now this is a bundt pan that we have had for I don't know how many years. You guys can see it's weathered, it's beat. The coating on the inside is actually still pretty non-stick, but there's always a extra step that I go through to make sure that the cake don't stick. It's very simple. All you do is take a little vegetable oil, canola oil. I'm using canola oil because it's a little bit more healthier. You put some in here, not a whole bunch, just enough to take and mix around. Like I said, you got to mix it all the way around. Get it on the bottom, get it on the middle pole here. You know, this thing right here. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about, you perverts. You just mix it up here and get it greased real good. And you're thinking, well, everybody knows to do that. There's an extra step you have to take. You got to take a little bit of this flour, this cake mixture, and you got to take and put it on the sides and on the bottom. What this does is it actually coats the pan, and it'll actually be a non-stick. It won't stick. I'll show you once the cake gets done how it don't stick. And you guys can be like, oh, Worm actually taught me something. See, I'm not stupid, guys. Well, maybe on games I might be, but as far as in the kitchen, as you guys can tell from this boyish figure, I'm pretty smart. So yeah, once you get done, you'll see it's got like a oil and flour mixture. It's a little greasy looking and all that, but that's good because that means the cake's not going to stick. Make sure to hit this pole again, you know what I mean? So let's set that over there for a second. Alright, so we've got to have a 1/3 cup of oil. Alright, we got that. We're done with that. We're supposed to have 3 large eggs. Unfortunately, I only have medium eggs. So we're going to do 4 medium eggs. Oh, I dropped the egg. Look at that boy. So yeah, 4 medium eggs. Be good if we had a metal pan or a metal bowl, because this plastic one don't want to bust eggs too good, so I'm just going to use the table. And presto, you're bald. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 for good measure. Set that out of the way. Alright. And a good old cherry Coke. Thinking of you, Ben. Even though you like regular Coke, I guess you like cherry Coke.
The rest of that's mine.
Yeah, diabetics don't need this, so we'll be throwing this in the trash.
No.
So here we go. 1 cat. It's a cat. It's a cup, not a cat. I can't talk. 1 cup of cherry Coke. And normally, most people that cook in the kitchen, they have a mixer. You know, you plug it up and go, meh. Well, unfortunately, I think ours shot the wad last year, and we never bought another one. So I'm going to actually have to do this the old-fashioned way by hand, and I'll probably wear most of this time I get done with it. So yeah, it's just a this is just the old fun of getting some exercise. Like I say, you young guys, you know how to use your arms and your hands, perverts. So this will take probably, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. Just make sure everything's good and incorporated and get as most of the lumps out of it as you can, because that's the important part, is to get the lumps out. Yeah, you like it? Huh? You like it, you filthy batter?
Have you been in the rum already?
I don't know, maybe. You shut your face. You camera people don't talk. Tell them, guys, camera people just hush their face.
I
and
think
make
this
film.
is the R-rated version of cooking with worm.
Happy Hanukkah. My arm's tired. I ain't done that since I was a teenager. Woo! Alright. I think Lumpy's, for the most part, Lumpy's gone. I would switch arms, but I'm not ambidextrous. Look here. Look, I look retarded when I'm using the other hand. Alright, let's get back to the regular scheduled program, people. You guys get your mind out of the gutter. It's Christmas time. Sheesh. Alright, here we got our cake flour pan. We just, like I say, there ain't no right or wrong. Just pour this in there and it's going to get as even as it possibly can.
As long as you don't pour it in the cake pan hole.
I'm going to pour it in your hole if you don't shut your cake hole. Get my old flat spatula here. Like I say, this goes in a 350 degree oven. Probably around 35 to 45 minutes, just according to how golden brown you like your cake. So like I say, just flat spatula and get all the remnants of the cake batter out there. And y'all know the best part of this is coming up. Look at that, that's a whole bowl to get to lick on. Nom nom nom.
Don't worry, we're sanitary when we cook for others.
No, we're not. No, we're not. But anyway, 35 to 45 minutes in a 350 degree oven. When this gets done, we'll come back and we'll make the cherry rum glaze. Stick around. Alright guys, 45 minutes later, the cake is out of the oven and it's cooling. Now we're going to attempt to make the glaze. Now this is the first time I've ever done the glaze like this. So what we got, we've got 2 Captain Morgan Pirate Bay coconut rum. I guess they're individual little things, whatever you want to call them. So we're going to put them in this 1 cup measuring utensil here. And it actually makes about a half of a cup of the coconut rum. And then we've got a thing of maraschino cherries. This is where the double cherry comes in at. There's this coconut rum, and I'm going to add this maraschino cherry flavor. It's about a half of a cup. Going all over the table too. So we got about 1 cup of liquid here. Cherry, anybody? So we got a cup of liquid, which is half a cup of maraschino cherry juice and a half a cup of coconut rum. And then we got 1 stick of butter. Whoop. Lisa loves when I cook because she gets to clean up everything afterwards. And here, most people will use regular white sugar. I actually don't have no white sugar. All I have is Splenda. So I'm actually going to use brown sugar. And it calls for 3/4 of a cup. But I think brown sugar is probably a little bit more sweeter than regular sugar because it has molasses and all that. So we're going to just use a half a cup of brown sugar. And I'm going to try not to get this everywhere, if possible. But as the wife knows, I make a mess when I cook. That's the reason I don't do these videos too often, because she hates to clean up after me. Alright, let me pack it down in here. Okay, so we've got a half cup of brown sugar. And then we've got, now this is something I do extra. A lot of people don't do this. This is some sweetened coconut flakes. Since we're using coconut rum, put some flakes in there. And then, of course, you gotta have nuts. These are actual walnuts. You can substitute and put pecans or whatever you want in the cake, or you can not put none at all in it. I think I'm gonna have to have a knife actually. So yeah, you can put nuts in or not put nuts in. It's really left up to you. And now I've got to take and put this on the stove, and I got to bring it to a boil. And once I boil, I got to keep make sure I stir it while it's boiling. And then I take it off the stove and let it rest for 10 minutes. And after I get it boiling, we'll come back and I'll show you how to finish the cake up. Alright guys, the rum glaze is bubbling. We'll let it bubble for probably another minute or two. Then I'm going to turn it off and let it rest for like 10 minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll poke some holes in this cake. And then we'll pour the glaze over top of it. So stick around. We'll be right back and this cake's coming together. Alright guys, the cake's been resting about 20 minutes. This glaze has been sitting for about 7 to 8 minutes. Like I say, we're getting ready to pour this double cherry coconut rum mixture on top of that. That's all going on top of this cake. And here's the cake. Here's what the cake looks like. Like I say, after we pour this on it, we'll probably have to let it sit probably, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. So, I mean, it's as simple as pouring it on there. Like I say, I took a knife and I did poke some holes in the cake beforehand. So, it will drain down in there and absorb into the bottom of the cake, hopefully. Like I say, this is not ideal of a rum cake, because like I say, I put nuts and coconut, sweetened coconut on top of mine. I just think it gives it a little bit more depth of flavor, quite honestly. And like I say, once you flip this over, the coconut and the nuts will be on the bottom of the cake, so you won't even be able to see them. So you won't even know they're there until, you know, you get ready to bite into it or whatever. So yeah, like I said, that's something. This is something what it looks like. And Brooklyn's getting ready to start barking, so we're going to end it there, and then we'll flip it over here in like 10 or 15 minutes after it rests. Alright guys, now here comes the moment of truth. I'm going to try to flip this cake over into this pan. And with my fingers crossed, if I can get these fat nubs to cross, it's going to turn out. Like I say, sometimes it's trial and error. I don't know. See if I hold my mouth right, if it'll flip out and won't tear all pieces. If it does, then
go.
If it does tear all pieces, then you guys know. Oh, looky there. Well, they come out, but they threw stuff all over the table. Told you, it didn't stick. Look, it's got some little coconut and nuts all over the place.
That's alright.
Sorry. I'm not a clean cook, guys.
Oh, that's for sure.
But yeah. We got coconut and walnuts all over the table. I'll have to scoop those up. I'm wanting to see if we can see how much of the rum glaze actually sucked through the cake for y'all. I don't know if we can be able to tell or not. We'll get a piece here out. But you can, I don't know if you can focus in on it when I cut. You can see the liquid around the knife. Let's see here. Might even have to use a spatula. Alright, can you guys see how wet that cake is? Can you focus in on and see how wet it is? If you can't, oh well. You should have had, what is it, smell-o-vision and all that other stuff. But yes, it is extremely wet. Like I say, I don't know how good my camera's focusing on it. So yeah. Let's try a piece of this. Like I say, never made a cherry. There we go. See how much liquid's coming out of it. Never made a double cherry Coke rum cake before, but that thing is wet. Oh wow. Where's CM at? CM gonna get drunk on this. Well, there you go, guys. It's easy to make a rum cake, much less than making a double cherry Coke rum cake. Merry Christmas. God bless y'all. Much love. Hope you guys have an awesome holiday. Happy New Year's. Love y'all.